Hello and welcome to another inventRight.com TV show. My name is Andrew Krauss. I'm one of the co-founders. Stephen Key here is the other co-founder. We've been helping people license their products for over 14 years. We have students in over 40 countries. We just really enjoy doing this YouTube show where we give people some advice. So, Steve, what area are? Yeah, we're giving advice, Stephen. What? I don't know. Well, Stephen doesn't have any advice, but I'll figure something out here. So, Steve, what advice do you have for folks today?
You know, Andrew, I started to people always ask me, when do you quit on an idea? When do you give up?
After you've mortgaged your house and home, and your wife or husband's divorced you, and your kids don't want to talk to you anymore, and
I hope not.
No, you don't need to do that.
And so I started asking myself, looking back, I always felt that you only fail when you quit. And that if you have enough energy, determination, you can make anything happen.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've gotten a little older, I don't know if I feel that way.
Okay.
I feel that there's some projects that you just have to push up a hill. You're just pushing and pushing and pushing up a hill. And then there's some that just get pulled up the hill really quick.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you have to know the difference between the two.
Very important, yeah.
And I've just realized, looking back on some of my projects, they just naturally pulled. Mm-hmm. And some of the projects that I pushed were so much harder, took so much time, and the risk was so great.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to write an article about this, but I wanted to talk about it because it's important to everybody, especially if you've got this one idea and you're working hard and you're spending your hard-earned money. Your family is rolling their eyes at you, and you don't know, maybe it's not working. So
it might not be working because you don't understand the process of either venturing it and selling it yourself or licensing it. But it might just be the product, which is the point that you're making. It might just be, if you had 3 projects and if you had somebody knowledgeable, here are the upsides and downsides of 1, 2, and 3. And if you had somebody knowledgeable to explain, look, number 2 is going to be way easier, and here's why. But people don't have that knowledge, Stephen. People don't understand what is harder or easier to license. So,
and I can recognize them now because we've seen so many.
Yeah.
And we've seen that some require, different manufacturing processes. Maybe some require education. Maybe some are so different, so new. Or maybe you're dealing with companies that kind of control the industry. It's hard to break in. All those things that are going to make it really hard, no matter how hard you push to break through. And then there's some that if the product's at the right price, manufactured at the right time, you find the right company, it just pulls it along easy. It's like night and day. And so we try to help people understand what that is. But I just want to tell everybody, and we can go into greater detail if people want more into detail how to tell that, because we teach our students that. We're constantly looking for those projects that are going to help pull it through a little easier. But
sometimes, Stephen, as you know, when I did the coaching and when our coaches do the coaching, that they'll say at some point, which is a delicate thing to do, so do you have other ideas? And then the student will start talking about a couple other ideas and like, oh, well, are you open to working on that? Because that's going to be so much easier. And they compare this one that was so difficult to this one. And the student's like, oh, yeah, let's do that. That's going to be a great project. Get your feet wet with, get the whole experience, just get through it. Get to the end, understand every aspect of licensing.
Because someone reached out to me the other day, and they had a great idea. And I asked them, he had a great website, and which I don't quite recommend at times, you know that. And he had a great production model. We don't even recommend that. I asked him, how much money did he spend? He says $450,000.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and a lot of people will be shocked by this, but a lot of our students can literally spend less than $100 or $200 on each project they work on. And when you could be earning the kind of money you can when you're licensing and spending that little, reducing your time and your financial risk is a huge crux of the inventRight approach.
Now he wants the license, but I'm thinking you've spent $450,000. That's going to take a long time to recoup that.
Yeah.
You know,
very risky too. I mean, if one of our students spends 100 or 200, it doesn't work out, off to the next one. You know, but if you spend that much money, you know, most people aren't going to have the emotional, the time, and the financial bandwidth to move on to anything else.
So, you know, just to kind of bring this together, so there is no right or wrong answer of when do you quit. But I can tell you this: I used to think that if you, and we talk about this, the advantage that what we've been sharing with everybody about licensing, you can quit early if you want to. Call 30 companies. Do everything that we talk about. Do all those things. But at the end, you can walk away because you're not financially and emotionally tied to it.
Yeah.
You cannot walk away if you spent $450,000.
No.
So I guess what I'm saying is, you have to, I think what I've learned through all this, you want to find projects that just naturally get pulled easy. You want to make sure there's certain projects that are going to take a lot of time, a lot of education, maybe a lot of manufacturing knowledge that you don't have. You have to look at those ideas and figure how much you want to invest, how much risk you want to take. But at the end of the day, when do you quit? And I'm going to tell everybody, I don't have an answer for that because I have projects that I've worked on. You've seen me work on ones that I should have quit a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it brought money in, so I saw it. But that was a lot of work. That was a lot of pushing uphill.
Another thing that helps Stephen, that helps people move on to the next idea, is the fact that you don't have to throw it in the garbage can. You can just put it in the closet. And one of our students 8 weeks ago, Tushar, he was working on a home storage organization product, wasn't getting any interest. He was calling some of the same companies and emailing them with a new product, and it wasn't exactly the way that I taught it, but he was listening to some trainings we did. So you can pull an old project out of the closet 6 or 8 months later, same companies, and they can be interested. Like maybe before, the woman you were sending the email to, she was off to a trade show, she's busy, she looked at it, nah. But then the next time you sent it to her 6 months later, 2 weeks earlier, her boss said, we need new products. And she's in a different mindset. So it's just a little bit of timing. So he threw in the old project from 6 or 8 months earlier in with a new project, and he ended up licensing it. So another way to move on, which is important, you got to feel like you're moving forward. Sometimes you feel like you're so stagnant. Like you said, you're pushing it up a hill. But maybe there's something you can learn later where you can realize, well, maybe I can do it a different way so I don't feel like I'm pushing it up the hill so much.
Yeah, because it's hard. And I want to do one more, Andrew, and I want to talk about when you're not getting the success, what do you do? Because you can readjust a little bit. So let's stop this one now, you guys. Overall, you want to find projects that pull. You don't want to be pushing so hard. You don't want to invest a lot of time and money and energy in something that maybe doesn't go anywhere. That's why licensing is what we love, and that's what we're talking about. But I want to thank everybody for listening.
It's not quite the same if you don't put your hands over your head and go, licensing? Just do it together, Steve. Licensing! Okay, you didn't do it with me. Now I feel geeky. All right. Thank you, Stephen. We'll do another show on the topic, continuing it. Take care, everybody. If you like the show, subscribe below and give us a thumbs up. And this is Stephen Key and Andrew Krauss with InventRight. We've been coaching and mentoring inventors for the last 14 years of students in over 40 countries. Very proud of that. Very proud of our students. And we'll catch up with you in the next InventRight.com TV show. See ya.